until that person is not able to own a firearm. That's when I believe the person's infringed upon. If he's not able to own a firearm for an unlawful reason, that's different. We need to ensure that they do their job and that background check comes back. I don't want to see anybody get a firearm that isn't qualified to have a firearm, and I believe in the right to own a firearm. So we must ensure that they do their job and they respond within that 3-day period, or we extend that period from the 3 days, say 5, to give them maybe more time. And clearly in the state of Nevada, a person can not be inconvenienced by simply going down and getting a CCW, and then he doesn't have to wait or go through a background check at all because he's already been charged.
You have a follow-up? Go ahead.
Okay, so just so I'm clear on your explanation, adding more days or having someone go through more fees with a CCW permit, I'm kind of curious, what is your definition of the Second Amendment in regards to being infringed? What would you consider an infringement in regards to the Second Amendment?
Well, if I was legally entitled to own and possess a firearm, and because of the bureaucratic mess I was not able to, say I was on a no-fly zone or so, or no-fly list erroneously that I should not be on, and my background came back where I wasn't able to, then that's an infringement because it's a failure due to the system not being fit. That to me is an infringement.
Thank you.
Yes.
One of the other concerns I have about our legal system in Nevada is that agencies like parole and probation are so overworked. There's so many cases out there that it's hard to get their job done and done on time. Sentencing reports can't always be prepared soon enough. Supervision may be lacking for lack of resources and so forth. And also with prison guards, we need to keep our prisons safe, yet we pay them so poorly that it does become a problem, and some resort to bribery from inmates, just to make some extra money. How would you address that in the assembly?
Again, it's budgeting. This money comes from the general fund. A lot of people don't understand that. Right now, the sheriff, or just recently, he was wrestling with the idea of taking our detectives and putting them on the streets to try and stop some of these violent crimes. And we're having multiple homicides every day, not to mention traffic fatalities. Our police department and our first responders, they are lacking funding. I know that, and resources. We need to ensure at the budget that this money goes where it's supposed to go, out of that general fund. As far as for corruption, we're always going to have corruption. If we raise those salaries to $200,000, there'll always be someone that thinks they're slick and wants to make money through criminal means. You're always going to have that certain element, and that's in every profession. We need to raise the bar, and we need to have oversight. We need to hire good quality people, and it is a problem. I agree.
Mr. LaDuff, what do you think about Sheriff Lombardo's decision to not investigate non-injury accidents for a while and then come back and start doing it again? And then, as you say, there's a couple of murders every day and there's other things. Do you think that's something that the state would turn over maybe to the insurance bureaus and make the insurance bureaus actually go out and investigate the accidents? So rather than you get in an accident, you call the police, you call your insurance agent, and he would have somebody come out, or there would be a service that would come out and investigate the accident, do the paperwork, give everybody the copies that are desired, DMV, the people, the police too.
I believe the sheriff understood the pushback from the community and understood that there was a need, and he reversed the decision. I believe it was a smart thing to do. I believe it was the right thing to do. When a person gets into an accident, their emotions, they've gone through a traumatic experience. I believe that should be left up to the first responders. I don't believe that the insurance company should have that responsibility. I believe that it would be let's let the police do the policing, let's do the insurance companies do the insuring, let's do the judges do the judging, and let's all follow the law. That's what I say.
All right. Mr. Knapp.
Hello, Mr. Edwards, Las Vegas. Tell us now I'm living in Las Vegas. I've been here for about 5 years, and I noticed that there's an increase in cost. Why do you think, Las Vegas is increasing in cost, I guess, year by year? What's your opinion?
Well, the economy is looking better. When the economy does better, crime goes up. Someone told me that I didn't believe it, so I actually thought about it. It makes sense. People are out spending more money, more opportunities for these criminals to assault us and rob us. We face unique challenges here in the state of Nevada, all of us. There's nowhere in the world that has the amount of money, fascination that we have here in Nevada. A lot of people don't realize that we live here. You look at TV and there's not a program that comes on TV within 10, 15 minutes, you're going to see a reference or something that refers to here in Las Vegas, Nevada. That saying, what happens here stays here, that's not a good saying in my opinion. We live here. We put up with a lot of tourism. Tourists that come here that don't use common sense. And they just respect us. Remember the case of Rudy Flamingo, where a tourist came here and killed the birds. Thought it was funny. So I was going to be an attorney somewhere. We live here. We raise our children here. We go to church here. We set the bar as lawmakers here in the state of Nevada. We need to do the right thing. We need to hire the right people. We need to have the right leadership. We need to set the standard here. I love Nevada. I love Las Vegas. I love my community. There's evil here. There's a lot of evil here. We need good police officers, good first responders that are well equipped to deal with that evil when it presents itself. It's presenting itself every day now. People are more and more desperate. We need to help those people that we can, that are desperate. The ones that aren't, that are criminals, we need to lock them.
All right, I think we're at the end of our session, and would you like to give a 1-minute summation as far as why voters should be giving serious consideration to your candidacy?
Every 2 to 4 years, we will come before you and the voters, and they tell them what they want to hear. They go up to Carson City, and they vote against their interests. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you the truth, where we're at, where we're going, and where we need to be. The leopard doesn't change the spots. When I leave here, I'm going to go and help and volunteer to register some kids in the spelling bee. That's what I do. I help people. My opponents, they didn't feel that they had to be here today. All through the day, you're going to hear my father was a veteran, my uncle was a veteran, my wife was a veteran. I proudly wear my tactical air command pin. I'm a veteran. My wife didn't serve, I served. I felt the need to go in, and that's what I did. There are those that look at the fire and stand back. There are those of us that go to the fire and do something about it. I've always been the type of person to go and do something about what needs to be done, and that's why I'm running for Assembly District 2. There hasn't been a Democrat since 2010 to run for this seat until I decided to run. Now I have 3 opponents. Where are they? Ask yourselves, where are they? I respect you enough to be here, and that's why I'm here.
Thank you very much. All right, at this point, we'll take a short break.